The time has come for the Monday, February the 2nd, 2026, Waukegan City Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Alderman Hayes, absent. Alderman Bolton, absent. Alderman Guzman. Present. Alderman Martinez.
Present.
Felix.
Present.
Newsom.
Present.
Turner.
Present.
Donalworth.
Present.
Florian.
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Thank you. Item B, invocation, will be led by minister slash pastor, youth pastor, Josh Randolph from Jesus Name Apostolic Church. Please all rise. Immediately following, we'll be standing for the pledge. Thank you.
Let us pray. O most gracious and precious Heavenly Father, we come right now in the name of Jesus Christ. Father, we thank you, Lord, that you are the God of order, you are the God of love, you are the God of peace. Father, we pray, God, that as we go into this meeting, that you would guide, lead, and Father, Lord God, allow your peace and your presence to be here. Father, we thank you that you are not the author of confusion, but Father, Lord, you will always bring clarity where clarity is needed. Lord, we thank you that you are covering this meeting, Lord God, and you are leading and orchestrating it now. And Father, Lord, we will forever give your name the glory, the honor, and the praise, for it is due unto you. Thank you for another day that you have made, and we will be glad and rejoice in it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item C, Mayor's comments. There be a statement read prior to the official mayor's comments, and the statement goes as follows. For the past 6 months, my administration has been developing updates to the liquor code based on concerns identified by our businesses, members of the public, alderpersons, and by me and the city staff, including police department. These issues touch on public safety, fairness, and how licenses are issued and enforced. Conflicting language from many decades of amendments, outdated language from the state liquor code, and other unnecessary language. What does this mean? Waukegan has an extremely long ordinance that is hard to understand and or apply. We're looking forward to unveiling with the alderpersons in the upcoming meetings an improved, streamlined code with logical liquor classes and a compliance and enforcement process based on best practices from other cities. Thank you. To all, happy Black History Month, Waukegan. Earlier today, I had the honor of celebrating the Black History Month with students at Edith, let me correct that, Mrs. Edith Smith Middle School. I put the word Mrs. because that's how I knew Mrs. Smith. I remind them that Black history in America, Black history is American history. And right here in Waukegan, it is our history. When we talk about Black History Month, we often hear names like Dr. Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks. And they are incredibly important. But Ms. Smith reminded us that history isn't only made on the national stage. It is made right here, everyday people who choose courage over conflict. In 1965, Ms. Smith banded together with other families in Waukegan and took a brave stand. She was part of a group that initiated a lawsuit to desegregate Whittier Elementary School. She demanded equal education for Black children. This is not easy. Standing up to the system that takes courage, especially when you're fighting for what's right. Because of her determination, change happened. In 1968, the Illinois Supreme Court agreed with Miss Edith Newsom. Correction, I'm sorry, Miss Edith Smith. And ordered the school board to draw new boundaries to end segregation in the city of Waukegan. I share this piece of history as a reminder to all of us as we celebrate Black History Month, that here in Waukegan, there are Black leaders we have to celebrate too. In addition to the national Black leaders we are accustomed to seeing in history books. Next, I want to acknowledge the fear and unnecessary uncertainty many in our city are feeling as immigration enforcement actions continue to take place across the country, especially after what we saw in Minnesota. In Waukegan, we are a city strengthened by immigrants, and the safety and dignity of every resident matters deeply to me and others. I know families are concerned about these actions. Please know this. I and all of us, I can say on this panel, hear you. I've listened carefully to the concerns raised by Alderman Hayes, Alderman Felix, and many community members, and those voices are guiding our response. The city of Waukegan is actively exploring all available options to protect our community from any harm or unintended consequences that may result from these enforcement actions. We are meeting with partners across the state to better understand what can be done at the local level and how we can work collectively throughout the region. Our goal is to ensure Waukegan remains a place where people feel safe, supported, and respected. We will continue to engage with our elected officials, legal experts, and community organizations to determine responsible and effective steps forward. And I am committed to working hard for our community so that no one here is harmed by federal agents throughout this country. With that being said, next, I would like to recognize outstanding Waukeganites who are representing Waukegan with pride. Mr. Deputy Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight you've got a couple proclamations that we're going to, a couple Waukegan Proud Awards that we're going to present, as well as some proclamations. The first Waukegan Proud Award is Thomas Fisher. On behalf of the city of Waukegan, we are recognizing him for 55 years of dedicated hard work at Exo Noble in Waukegan. So Mayor, we're going to have you present that to him.
Is Tom here?
Signed by the Mayor and City Clerk.
Come on down.
He used to be a part of my family.
Still is. Yes. Go over here, Tom. This way. Wife, where's wife at? Come on, wife. You got 55 years too? All right, there it is, testing. Yeah, you got 55 years too? You were part of this? Well, thank you for coming. One, I think we should probably understand it's Axel Nobel now, but it was Dexter Midland when you first started there.
1970.
Oh, 1970, for those who are young enough to understand. But, you know, we were out visiting. What came about this we were out visiting, doing business visits where we visit different businesses throughout the city of Waukegan. And Action Nobel was one of those businesses we did. And when we went there, I saw him, he saw me. Hey, what's going on? What are you doing? I got 55 years of service. I said, 55 years? We need to celebrate that. Because what does that say? That means commitment to our community, to a company that's been here for many, many years. But more importantly, this is the Waukegan way, and we want you to know we are proud to celebrate with you those 55 years of service. So on behalf of the mayor's office, our city clerk and treasurer, certainly all of our aldermen, who's one of your family members, and the citizens of this great community, we say thank you for your time, your energy, your pride, and your commitment to our community and to Axel Nobel. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
It's pretty amazing someone can work in the same place for 55 years. I know your friend Steve was also there over 50 years, I believe. And right here in Waukegan, and I know this business just announced one of the reasons the mayor was there. They're continuing to expand and do more for their business right here in Waukegan, and that's the kind of thing we do need to celebrate. So congratulations.
Thank you, Lynn.
To hold that together. Do we need to come over some, or we're good? Yeah, you guys scoot over a little. There you go. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, you want some of your team to come over too? You want to take a picture with the team? Axel Nobel, come on up, Axel Nobel. That's what I'm telling you.
Thank you. Our next one, we'd like to ask Mr. Nelson Campos to please come up to the front. Mr. Campos is the principal of Miguel Juarez Middle School. Last year, Mr. Campos was named the Lake County Middle School Principal of the Year. And just a few days ago, the Illinois Principals Association named him the Illinois Middle School Principal of the Year, a prestigious honor recognizing outstanding school leaders across the state.
I know.
So the city of Waukegan is recognizing him with this Waukegan Proud Award for putting Waukegan on the map and presenting our city with pride. Congratulations, Principal Campos.
I don't think I need to say anything about this. I mean, when you have committed educators to educate our young men and our young ladies and push them to their greatness, and one person who lived in the neighborhood, McKinley and McAllister, well over 10 years, he knows our young men and our young ladies, and our parents know him. For you to stay in there, and I know you've been to several different schools, for this award to be given to you by the state of Illinois lets us know about your commitment to the young men and young ladies here. So when they tell you that our teachers don't care about our students, well, now we have an example that is validated and vindicated by this young man right here and a host of others. Congratulations to you. On behalf of the mayor's office, our city clerk and treasurer, all the aldermen, and the great citizens of this community, we say thank you for your service, and here's your Waukegan Proud Award, because that's what we are, proud of you and your wife. Want to say something? He has to say something, Ron. Come on.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Ms. Florian. Like the mayor said, you know, I immigrated here from Belize about 21 years ago. And so I moved directly to the corner of McKinley and McAllister. And I've been there ever since. I just recently moved a little bit further up north. But it's always been my passion. I come from a huge family, 9 brothers and sisters. My parents are retired teachers as well. And hopefully they're watching this live right now. So thank you to my dad and mom as well for making who I am today. And just know that there's commitment in Waukegan. I know I'm the principal that has been, you know, selected for this award. I want everyone to know that Waukegan has some very good principals. There's a lot of us here that are very, very committed. I've seen a lot of students go through my schools and through Waukegan Public Schools, and now I have their children as well. So it's nice to see the family. That's how I grew up in my small town of Orange Walk and Belize. So thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, and thank you very much for having me.
Congratulations. Next, we'd like to welcome up Mr. Isaiah Williams to come up front to talk about Isaiah Williams. Isaiah is a student at the Waukegan High School and a member of the bowling team. This year, he's achieved all conference recognition and was a top 10 finisher at regionals and sectionals. As a result, Isaiah became only the second bowler in Waukegan High School history to qualify for the Illinois High School Association State Finals. This is an incredible accomplishment that reflects his hard work, focus, and dedication. His success reflects his talents on the lanes and his dedication to his teammates and to his school community. Mr. Williams represented Waukegan with distinction and because of the city of Waukegan, is recognized with a Waukegan Proud Award. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. You know, Waukegan has not always, I shouldn't say our young men and young ladies in Waukegan have not always received the accolades that they deserve. You were all used to be, as I was growing up, anytime a young man or young lady got into a little trouble, they on the front page of the news, son, or highlighted throughout the community of being, you know, not good kids. But every time one of our young men and young ladies did something that was worthy, what we wanted them to do to be successful in our society, there was not a peep. When I became mayor, I said that we're going to celebrate young men and young ladies who are doing the things that we want them to be successful. And this is the example of that. Now, I can't bowl, but I look like I can get some lessons from somebody. You have made history yourself. How sweet that is. There it is. He said very. That's right. That's right. So on behalf of the mayor's office, city clerk and treasurer, and all of our aldermen and the great citizens of this community, we say thank you. We are extremely proud of you for what you've been able to achieve. And guess what, everybody? He's a junior. Yeah, so that means next year, you got to win it next year now, bro. There's a lot of pressure on you. We want to give this to you. This Waukegan Proud Awards, Isaiah. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take this picture and have something to say. But we got it. David does all that. There you go.
I would like to thank my team and all my family members that were there at all my tournaments and all games, and even my coach for all the support and all like the words that they shared with me, because it helped me, it helped motivate me to get to where I am right now. And I want this to like show all like the young people that they can also be right here, standing right here, if they put in all the hard work. This is what hard work gets you. And I would just like to say thank you to everybody.
That it? So that's it, and we got that's it.
Next, you have your proclamations, Mayor, if you'd like me to read those into the record. The first one you have, we'll let the room clear out a little bit first.
Bless you. Was that it?
The first proclamation this evening, Proclamation 211 Day in Waukegan, February 11, 2026. Whereas the United Way of Lake County has been dedicated to serving children and families in our communities for more than 100 years. And whereas the critical services at 211 Lake County, which was launched by United Way Lake County on September 24th, 2019, is open and available to everyone in Waukegan and across Lake County, Illinois. And whereas 211 is a free, confidential, easy-to-remember, one-stop helpline that connects people in need to a wide range of essential health and human services and reduces non-emergency calls to 911. And whereas 211 enables the people of Lake County to get connected to help 24 hours a day, every day, by phone, text, online, regardless of the language that they speak or where they live. And whereas 211 expert navigators are trained specialists who will listen, identify underlying problems, and guide people to available resources. And whereas since launch, 211 has made more than 448,000 connections to help people from every zip code in Lake County, including Waukegan. And whereas 211 team members have compassionately answered 2,811 calls and texts from Waukegan in the past year alone, with 4,647 needs requested and 5,360 referrals made, mostly for help with housing and shelter, utilities, employment, income support, food, healthcare, government, legal support, mental health, and addictions. And whereas 211 is available to 99% of America's population, and Lake County has led the way as a model to bring 211 services to all of Illinois communities so that every person in Illinois has access to quality information, resources, and assistance for addressing health and human service needs. And whereas the City of Waukegan is a key community partner committed to raising awareness of 211. And whereas daily, 211 provides vital information and referrals to individuals and families in our community to improve and save lives. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Samuel D. Cunningham, Jr. and members of the City Council of the City of Waukegan do hereby proclaim February 11, 2026 as 211 Day in Waukegan and encourage everyone to become aware of the services provided by 211, adopted the second day of February 2026.
All right. There's a proclamation. There's a motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Guzman. Any questions to the motion? Since this is a proclamation, a voice vote will be only thing that's needed. All those in favor?
Okay.
All those opposed? Ayes have it, motion is carried. All right, we have a representative from the 211 Center here today, right?
We do.
All right.
Yes.
We'll go over there. Well, this is the part where I come in and tell you about everything that's going on with 211, but I think the proclamation did everything for me. Thank you very much, David. So on behalf of the mayor's office, city clerk, and our treasurer, all the aldermen and the great citizens of this community, we say thank you for your tireless service and what you provide to our residents throughout Lake County, more particularly Waukegan. All right, here you go, your proclamation.
All right, thank you. I don't have many more comments than that. It covered most everything, but I wanted to say thank you so much, Mayor Cunningham, and thank you, alderpersons, for all the support. We are so excited that 211 has been able to make so many connections for people to get assistance here in the community. About 34% of our calls and referrals are for Waukeganites, so it's a community that we are very, very proud to serve, and we're delighted that it's been able to do so much in such a short period of time. So thank you so much for all the support from the community, Mayor Cunningham, and everyone. So thank you very much.
Your next proclamation, Mayor, is proclamation February is Black History Month in Waukegan. You'll need a motion for that one, if you'd like.
Motion by Alderman Turner, a second by, somebody said second? Second by Alderman Martinez. Any questions to the motion? Again, since this is a proclamation, the voice vote is necessary. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion's passed and carried.
Okay, whereas in 1915, Dr. Carter Godwin Woodson, noted historian and son of former slaves, founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, and in 1926 dedicated the second week of February as Negro History Week to increase public awareness of the important role African Americans have played in shaping American history, with that week chosen to coincide with the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. And whereas the United States has officially recognized Black History Week in 1976 as part of the U.S. bicentennial, expanding it to the Black History Month. And whereas Waukegan is a microcosm microcosm of America and a melting pot of cultures and ethnicities, and during the Black History Month and during the month celebrations are being hosted by the College of Lake County Lakeshore Campus, Waukegan Public Schools, Waukegan Park District, among others, to highlight the many achievements and contributions made by African Americans to our economic, cultural, spiritual, and political development. And whereas the omission of much of the history and contributions to African Americans from textbooks and other literature has impeded awareness and appreciation. And whereas the observance of Black History Month calls our attention to the continued need to battle racism and build a society that lives up to its democratic ideals. And whereas the contributions of African Americans have been vital to the growth and development of Waukegan, Lake County, Illinois, and the United States. Whereas the City of Waukegan is deeply committed to equality and inclusion and continues to work towards being a community in which all citizens are respected and recognized for their history, contributions, and potential. And whereas the city is better because of the diversity in our population. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Samuel D. Cunningham, Jr. and members of the City Council of the City of Waukegan do hereby proclaim February as Black History Month in Waukegan and recognize the history and ongoing efforts and continuing contributions of the Black African American communities within our city and encourage all of our cities and all of our citizens in the city to eliminate prejudice, whether it exists, so that we can better embrace our great diversity. Adopted the second day of February 2026.
Let's clap.
Okay, could I get my board members to come on up and join me, and my staff come on up and join me? I see my first lady back there. Is my pastor back there, Fred Obleton? Okay, so we have them in the house. And all my family and friends and supporters, would you stand with us to accept this proclamation? Thank you. So first of all, I want to say thank you to the City of Waukegan, first and foremost for acknowledging Black History Month. And then I want to thank you for acknowledging the African American Museum at the England Manor as the first African American museum here in Waukegan and the only African American museum in Lake County, Illinois. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Then, on behalf of our community, my alderman over there, Mr. Felix, who has been very supportive of me. Also, Turner, you have been so supportive. And Edith, you have, I'm sorry, I should be saying, Mr. Newsom, you have been so supportive of the museum. So I just want to say thank you. And on behalf of our community, I gratefully accept this proclamation recognizing Black History Month. This honor affirms that African American history is not separate from American history, but is foundational to it. So this year, it is especially meaningful as we recognize nearly 100 years since Dr. Carter G. Woodson established Negro History Week in 1926. Dr. Woodson understood that a people who know their history are empowered to shape their future. So what began as 1 week has grown into a global movement of education, reflection, and pride. Black history is a story of resilience, creativity, struggle, and triumph. Told through our elders, our families, our institutions, and our youth. It lives not only in textbooks, but in lived experiences passed down through generations. So thank you to the City of Waukegan for this proclamation and for standing with us in honoring the past, educating the present, and inspiring the future. Together, we ensure that history is remembered, respected, and carried forward. Thank you very much.
All right, come on over. Board, you two board, come on over, board. England Manor Board, come on over. And again, I don't think there's too much left for me to say, except on behalf of the mayor's office, our city clerk and treasurer, all of our aldermen and great citizens of this community, we say thank you for helping us celebrate Black History Month at its core. You take care and God bless. Coming up here today, I asked Mrs. Edith Smith, son, the eldest son, to join us. There we go, everybody. That's what I get. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, perfect. All right.
Okay, next we have audience time. I'm going to wait on the list here from Mr. Motley. And while we're waiting, I want to introduce Waukegan Wilma. She's seen her shadow, so 6 more weeks of winter, unfortunately, Mayor. But it'll be okay. We're all channeling spring. Thank you, Mr. Motley. I appreciate it. We have a number of individuals this evening that'll be speaking. You have 3 minutes to speak. I'm going to call the first. We'll do the first 4. Michelle Reber, Brother Blanks, Abraham Palomar, Kathy Charity. You'll have 3 minutes to speak, and your time will begin as soon as you start talking, okay?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council members, and the Waukegan community. I'm Michelle with the Waukegan Public Library. I first want to say thank you to our incredible community partners. During the recent cold weather emergency, your thoughtfulness and dedication to our community was on full display. Thank you for checking in on our patrons and our staff during that wonderful snowy day. We're proud to be a part of your team. During the holiday season, we provided hats, gloves, socks, and care kits to those in need. In our e-newsletter, we had launched our Amazon wish list for the community to donate items to our giving tree. Thank you to those community members who read that e-newsletter and donated some very generous items. We also received several handmade hats from our patrons that our patrons are wearing proudly. We're looking forward to the upcoming launch of our care cabinet this spring that you heard us speak about last month. This will be a permanent resource for those in need to get basic toiletries and self-care items. You can contribute by referencing our Amazon wish list for the care cabinet, which can also be found on our recent e-newsletter that went out this week and on our website under services. Please join us at the library as we celebrate Black History Month with a variety of programs and events honoring the rich history, culture, and contributions of our Black communities. There's something for everyone, whether you're interested in history, art, and music, or simply coming together to learn and connect. For more information or to register for a program, please visit our website under events. To highlight, we have Wendy and DB joining us this Saturday for the kids and families. We have our Black History Month Lunch and Learn for all ages, Monday, February 16th. And we're also a part of Art Walk, Saturday, February 21st, and we have a fun Kids Tasty Tales program on Saturday, the 21st as well. Lastly, please save the date for Waukegan Public Library Foundation's annual fundraiser on April 25th from 7 to 10 here at the library. The event supports services and programs that our community relies on. We will soon share details on social media and in our spring newsletter about how you can become an event sponsor or donate raffle items or even purchase tickets to be a part of this fun event. Please reach out to our Executive Director, Tiffany Verzani, or you can contact me directly at the library at 847-775-2556 for more details. I'd like to share a flyer with each of you, if that's welcome, about our events this month, and I hope to see all of you at the library.
Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it. Brother Blanks.
Brother Blanks, Founder and Chief President, Black Abolition Movement for the Mind. And when we're talking about Black History Recognition Month, appreciate the words, but you know, all these handsome, beautiful, and black faces, when they come into the city council chambers, many of them here for the first time. But I see a few hearts out there that recognize with Valentine's Day. That's only one day. But when I look out there, I don't see anything of commemoration and decoration that recognize Black history. So I appreciate the words, but we like some decorations to go up, and just keep that in mind. It wasn't the first time. If it was the first time, I wouldn't say nothing. But I've seen that, I recognize that in the previous years, okay? Thank you. Now, Second Ward, let me begin. Second Ward Alderman Guzman, we appreciate your words of self-accountability regarding calling for the point of order when the rules was violated here in the expectation. But we reject the idea that during that very same Alderman time, Alderman Keith Turner would send me a text from the bench saying he has a free coat for one of our youth. We reject you and your coat of convenience on the basis of insincere and disingenuous timing. You know our location, and obviously you know our phone number. You could have did that at any time, sir. You could have made that apology. That's warm us with the recognition of accountability. You could have called also for that point of order, but you didn't. We reject the idea that Alderman Hayes running down to us immediately after or following the last city council meeting in an effort to explain the many times he had to call for a point of order when the mayor, Cunningham, would cut him off when speaking. Making my point, yet he remained silent as expectations and policies of the councils was violated and our youth was ignored. So my point is, you can speak up and call for the point of order when you say that the mayor have cut you off. Why couldn't you speak up and say something when our children was here? But he's not here, but he'll get this on I'm sure he'll get this on the telecast. The reason I'm bringing this up because that kind of hypocrisy is what triggered me from the 400 or the so-called $500 impoundment towing ordinance, which brought me here in this city council chamber in 2004. So that means I have to come back.
Abraham Palomar. Abraham Palomar.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Clerk. Good evening, Mayor, City Council, City staff, and Waukegan residents. I would like to begin by thanking the Council for approving the intergovernmental agreement regarding free public Wi-Fi. To those who do not understand the struggles of residents, I would like to stress the following. Not everyone has the luxury of unlimited internet access or hotspots. This is why the approval of this measure is important to the community. Now, to continue with the theme of recognition with Black History Month, I would like to highlight Waukegan's diversity. It gives the city more to work with, whether it's in more distinct ideas, skills, cultures, etc. One thing that is important is the idea that diversity will better problem solving because it allows other perspectives to be showcased. Diversity in the community translates to a richer culture and community life along with a stronger local economy. The other thing we see is how diverse communities keep an eye out for each other. When uncertain times come along, strong family ties are what matters, and that is why Waukegan is resilient. Lastly, to continue my remarks in the last meeting, Diversity helps the younger generation to be empathetic, passionate, and to have great communication skills. Our leaders must reflect these values, and they have an obligation to speak out about current events in our nation. Speaking up really matters, especially to minorities that are always targeted and silenced. If our elected leaders do not speak up, then we should have public servants in those roles that are willing to do so. Waukegan deserves leaders that will reflect its people's values, leaders that are ethical and honest. In the past, and even today, there have been unethical and dishonest leaders. Waukegan should not have a say on its elected officials, and they should know to conduct themselves in a more ethical and professional way. I urge everyone to use this time provided by the council to speak and highlight issues that are important to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paloma. The next four, Wygenia Briscoe, Jim Damiano, Kimberly Handy Jones, and Thomas Coleman. You'll have 3 minutes. Again, I'm sorry, Miss Kathy Charity, you're first. And then we have Miss Wygenia Briscoe, Mr. Jim Damiano, Kimberly Handy Jones, and Thomas Coleman. Miss Charity, you'll have 3 minutes.
All right. Hello, Mayor, Alderman, and guests. Over the years, I've seen Waukegan change. Was it for the good? No. Did it change for the worse? Yes. I say this because Waukegan feels like a third world country now. No American businesses like it was before when the English language just filled the air. Foreign businesses are opening up all over Waukegan. Where are the American businesses? I saw a grocery store in Spanish across from Home Depot called Moralia. What is Moralia? I'm sure they're hired their own. What about the red, green, and white insurance company located on Lewis and Washington, totally in Spanish, no English at all? Is this right? It's discrimination. Needs to be investigated. American Stores has both English and Spanish. I will not be patronizing these stores. It's their way of saying you are not welcome. Also, why are foreign panhandlers with children on their back in the middle of the streets on Belvedere, Grand, and Washington asking for money? WPD was called and nothing was done. A blind eye and a deaf ear. Let an American citizen do it, and then you'll find DCFS and WP there on the spot. I support law and order, as well as legal immigration. What irritates me much is the obstruction and the nerve-wrecking whistles these people blow, alarming others about ICE. If you're legal, why blow the whistle? ICE, I'm sure, is still here. They're just trying to accomplish their mission. Many politicians, clergy, organizations, and all these other people, they are receiving the 501c3, money to carry out the narrative, the Democrat Party. Hosea 4:6, God said, my people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge. Since thou have rejected the lack of knowledge, so I shall reject them. 1865, General Gordon Granger in Galveston, Texas, freed the slaves, allegedly. He didn't specify every man, woman, or child for free, but he did say all slave children will work on his plantation until they're 21 years old. General Gordon Granger was a pedophile. Also, no thanks to Juneteenth for me. So was Christopher Colombo, known as Christopher Columbus. He was also a pedophile for black children. Our people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge. The Democrat Party is supported by same-sex marriage, child organ mutilization, men and women in sports, and things like that. They're going against the word of God and constitutional rights everyone should carry and know the Constitution. According to my president, who has made his platinum plan, the 13th and 14th and 15th Amendment were the amendment for the freemen. That means baby of slaves. It does not belong to no one else, and everybody's trying to ride our skirt tail and join our plight. I'm just saying, do the right thing, and every month is Black History Month for me.
Miss Wygenia Briscoe. Oh, no, I have Miss Briscoe first, Mr. Damiano.
I'm sorry, what?
Miss Briscoe is before you, and then you'll go right after, okay? Thank you. Miss Briscoe.
Happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. I'm here again just because I have been in contact with the lawyer. And as I mentioned to you, I was going to come to the city council because I still don't have resolution. And I know the last time the lawyer that was here under the other administration, not only did he help out the new alderman, Thank God for him, for you guys. But he also helped out the community. So I am coming here again because, and I'm going to hold on to this paper until I get a response back. Back in May of 2023, there was a parade organizer who accused an alderman of intimidation. My concern is that it's not just for the alderman. I need to understand what is the process if any accusation is made against any elected official. We, the residents, we the community, we want to understand what is that process. I know you emailed me a response, and I have it here, but I'm not going to read it, because I think that the whole community, when we want to know. So I don't want to hold that one alderman, I don't even want to go there with him, but for any elected official, please come back to me, council, and let me know, like, how are we going to proceed? I understand you said that there's still something that's pending. What's pending? Send me something so that I can resolve this and so that we as a community will know how to handle this. Next thing that I want to talk about quickly is that I understand that the council's talking about what's going to happen with the fire department, what's going to happen with the police department, what land is going to be purchased. I understand that there's a piece of land that was given to the city over by where the old St. Therese was given, and the thought was maybe that the fire department should go there. It was given to us. Why would the fire department go there? Why would we purchase the land for $4 million or whatever it is over there at Ramada when we have free land? Leave the police department in the leave the fire department in the 3rd Ward. You purchase 2 homes behind it. Update that area. I live in the 3rd Ward. Keep that fire department there. Why would you use our money to purchase a $4 million building when we have 5 acres that was just given to us from St. Therese? It doesn't make sense. Alderman Juan, could you please keep us informed, just in case I miss what's happening here? You do a great job in the 3rd Ward, so I appreciate if you could keep us informed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Briscoe. Mr. Jim Damiano, you're next.
All right. You cannot rebuild Waukegan if you don't create an environment for success. Waukegan has too many businesses that are operating illegally. They're in not good standing with the state. Their corporation or LLC has been dissolved for not filing their annual reports and their fees. Sales taxes aren't being paid, and there's unlicensed operations. Sam, your business had to go through classes, get licensed, get certified. Why not hold everyone in town here to the same standard? In this town, we've got hair salons, barbershops, nail salons, all operating without proper licensing. Illegal marijuana sales from businesses that are not dispensaries. Kratom sales, which is illegal in Waukegan, broadly being displayed right on the front of businesses that it's available. One business representing they're selling shrooms, which isn't legal anywhere. Personal care products and food being made in the home. That's not sanitary, that's not allowed. Places without proper food handling and sanitation permits, both brick and mortar and food trucks. Unlicensed and unregulated contractors, illegal gambling, unlicensed tattoo shops. All of these are regulated by the state, and all of these can be looked up, whether they have all the proper pieces in place. I did. That's how I found it out. And they're all over social media. They're not shy. If you walked your wards, looked in the businesses, asked to see their licenses, well, you walk your wards. You don't bother to check. You've even done ribbon cuttings at some of these businesses. You don't make them even pay the $150 business license fee. I paid it. I don't know why, but these people aren't bothering. They're not held accountable. Even the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation in a meeting this morning said to me, why doesn't the city wait to issue certificates of occupancy and business licenses before? I don't know why they don't do that. They could, but y'all don't. Now, I know somebody wants to open a business up here, and to cut a long story short, when they found all this out, they said, why should I bother opening my business in downtown Waukegan when my competition isn't even following the rules, paying the fees, spending the money forward that I put forward? Screw it, and they're not gonna. If you continue to work in an environment lacking enforcement and oversight, you will remain a second-tier struggling town. If you want to thrive, if you want to be better, nicer town, fix the core day-to-day issues we bring to you. Fix them faster. You cannot rebuild this town without a good, solid foundation. I got 20 seconds left. Thank you to Public Works for plowing the sidewalks in downtown Waukegan. I appreciate that. Thank you, Alderman Felix, for letting me beat the crap out of you when we meet. That's really nice of you, and thank you for listening. 7 seconds. I'm using all my time up here. 6 seconds. All right, I'm going away. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Damiano. Ms. Kimberly Handy Jones. Ms. Handy Jones, go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening. I'm here to address the city council about Kevontae Curry. Saturday at 454 North Green Bay Road, a young man was beaten, choked out, and thrown on his face, and teeth knocked out his mouth. That is an egregious act. If something's going on, then we need to follow protocol. That was use of unnecessary force. It shouldn't have never happened. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I believe that the young man tried to get back in the tavern to get his cousin, who had the keys to the car, who had his cell phone. This young man couldn't have weighed no more than 150, 155 pounds at best, but it does not matter. It does not take 3 security guards to throw a person. 4? 5. He was unconscious. Well, it was a multitude, I'll say that. And knock him unconscious, choke him out, with not even seeing if there was preservation of life. And then went back into the club, threw him out like he was trash. That's unwarranted. I have kids, and I'm sure the majority of us have kids. I unfortunately know what it is to lose too. And I'm gonna keep my boots on the ground. I'm gonna always advocate for the life of our youth. We're losing too many. And if I don't stand up for something, I ain't sitting down for nothing. This is not a situation where anyone need to be sitting down. That could have been your son. And next time, it could very well be your son. Why does something have to happen for it to matter to you? But I bet if it happens to you, it'll matter to you. Young folks go in these clubs, and they try to help the business. But it's a problem when the business hurts them. I am upset about this young man, and you all should be equally upset. We're going to reach out to the state's attorney, Eric Reinhardt. He's not exempt either. And I will be on this trail as long as it takes. If God rises me up and sets my feet on solid ground, oh, I'll be there. I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. I will stay this course. Slavery, let's talk about Black history. It's Black history every day for me. Slavery was a part of white history, but how Black people come through it is a part of Black history.
Thank you. Mr. Thomas Coleman.
Good evening. My name is Thomas Coleman. I'm a resident of North Chicago. I'm here to speak on Kevy. He's like a son to me. For those of you that know, I coached this young man when he was young, as well as a lot of other ones up in here. And when I saw what I saw happen to a young man that I know, Mr. Mayor, you know, we hold each other accountable, correct? As elected officials, I'm personally holding you accountable. I need you to step up, speak out, and make sure what happened at the Red Iguana happens to no other person at all. If you know Kevy, then you know he's not that kind of guy at all. To be treated that way, like a piece of trash. That's how it was. And to whoever had that party, that promoted that party, you're responsible as well. Because it makes no sense that one of ours get treated that way and left the way he was left. That's horrible. Because to be honest, and I'm a 100 person, if that would have been my son, Red Iguana got some problems, some serious problems. But we're grown, and we looking at elected officials here. Your job is to protect us. Let's see if you do your job, because you have to. And community, don't stop here. Don't let this be a one-time thing, because if you do, it'll be swept under the rug. You gotta keep it out in the forefront, for real. And if you're a war hawk, be for real. Stand up. It's time, right now. Stand up. Represent your city. He's one of ours. You will not get away with it, Red Iguana. And whoever else was involved in it, you won't get away with it. Kenny is like a brother to me. He's been with me from the beginning, and I'm gonna stand with you, bro, all the way. And don't let nobody get away with it. Nobody. From the top all the way down. And we're here, and I'm from North Chicago, and I'm a war hawk.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. The next 5 speakers, Dana B., Imani Miller-Brown, Kelly Brown, Nikita Miller, Milana Burden. Come on up, and you have 3 minutes, and your time will start once you come up. Dana B. Dana B. I can't read the last name. B. Bolt? Dana? Go ahead.
I just want to piggyback on some of the things that was said about my son. He's just human. And we want him to be treated as such. For such a place to exist in our community needs to be abolished. The security needs to be removed. Obviously, they are not following protocol, any type of rules, and just human decency. He was grossly mistreated. As a parent, I would never want to see that for any child. Any child. And I'm definitely going to be here looking and see what comes of this. And I'm expecting a call. I'm expecting some progress. And I'm expecting some answers.
Thank you. Imani Miller-Brown.
Hello. I'm coming to speak about the situation that happened with Cavante Curry yesterday. It was ridiculous. He was threw outside on the ground like a dog. Nobody cared. It was cold. His hands was behind his back. They choked him out before he even reached the ground. So he was unconscious before he touched the ground. And I didn't see anybody in the video try to help him. And I just feel like that was ridiculous. The Red Iguana should be shut down immediately for that, so nobody else can have to go through that. The security was bogus. The business owners, everybody was bogus to me. And I didn't really see anybody speak about the situation but him, and it just needs to be shut down. You, as the mayor, I hope that you will do something about it, because he's a fellow black man. He has kids. He's not a bad person. He's a great person, if you knew him. So if you can please do something about it, about shutting that business down, we will appreciate that.
Thank you.
I would just like to say, Mayor, you knew us. You knew us growing up. And you know, me and Kiwi never been in no problems at all. So for me to see my best friend handled like that, I'm real hurt. So I will hope that you will help do something about it, because I'm real hurt. That's my best friend.
Can we have your name for the record, sir? Sir?
KB.
Thank you. Kelly Brown.
Yeah, Kelly Brown.
Thank you. That was Kelly Brown? Okay. Nikita Miller.
Good evening, everybody.
Miss Miller, okay.
Yeah, I accidentally put my name on the list, so I just want to say shut it down, that's it.
Okay, thank you. I think it's Melina Burdine? Is there Melena? Is there a Melena here? She left, okay. Melena, no Melena. Okay, Kenny Curry? Mr. Curry? Okay.
Again, good evening, everybody. It was very difficult for me to be here tonight, but I had to come. I was born and raised here in Waukegan. I never had any problems. Mostly everybody knows me here, you know, but as a resident of the city, you know, tonight, for me, it's about accountability. I need my elected officials, police department, to investigate this matter. And, you know, if those need to be prosecuted, you know, that's what needs to happen. What my son endured, that was just totally unnecessary. His human dignity was violated. To be treated that way, like a piece of garbage. And Mayor Cunningham and the rest of you, I don't think that you guys would allow people to be employed in your city that treat people like that. So that needs to end. You know, it's not just my son, it's a lot of parents in here. It could be your son, your daughter, anybody. So tonight, I'm asking the city of Waukegan to investigate this matter and get my son justice that he deserved. He didn't deserve that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. Miguel Patrick.
First of all, I want to say I've sat here for like an hour and I saw the mayor and I looked nobody in the face. I want to make that clear. The mayor didn't look nobody in the face. He has no compassion for any of us here. I want to make that clear because I'm not going to look him in his face. But I want y'all to know that Kiwi is loved, and this would not be unjust just because we got a few electives over here. This is not right. He didn't deserve it. He didn't do nothing to nobody. He don't bother nobody. Anybody who know Kiwi know that he don't deserve this. And for the mayor to just sit here as a black man and not even look us in the face like he even give a care is ridiculous to me. And I just want to let him know, sorry for you.
Mr. Rayon Edwards, please.
You know, the saddest thing in the world is when you have a black man that don't represent the black community. You know what make me sick to my stomach? Because had this happened while you was running, you wouldn't have made a call. You'd have drove to the house. It's so sad that you've been knowing us all our lives. You can't even look at us. You pitiful. You pathetic. But we ain't got nothing to put in your pocket. How much did Red Iguana give you? After all, you do sell liquor license, right? You got a police escort over there? We paying another $150,000 for somebody to escort you? If you scared, step down. What you scared of?
You scared of the people you supposed to be representing? A black man thrown out on his face. Y'all ain't seen the statement from an elected official? You not. I say it all the time on social media that we got to care enough for us because they don't. They there for a purpose, and their purpose is not serving us, it's serving them. Y'all look at that black man. Remember how much I worked for him and begged all y'all to get out to vote. Look at him. Remember, he's Southside crazy. He's Southside strong. But that's a Southside baby that happened to. That's a Southside baby that happened to. So I hope all of us, this is a learning experience for all of us. Uncle Kenny, I know this was your buddy at one point in time. I know you grew up with him. I hope you know he's exposed his hand. So I'm going to say to all of you aldermen, you ain't got to do nothing if you don't want to do nothing. You hear me? Let me say it again. You don't have to do nothing if you don't want to do something, because damn it, we going to do something. You hear me? I'm giving y'all an option. We bringing it to y'all and we're trying to do it the right way, but you ain't got to do nothing, just like the accident on Washington. You need to hear the body camera, Mr. Turner. It's disgusting. The officer wrote him a ticket for failure to reduce speed in December. Failure to reduce speed and expired plates. But if it's failure to reduce speed and he's telling you he's drunk, why didn't he get a DUI? If he was black, he would have got one. If he was black, he would have been talking in cuffs. Then he said 3 black niggas and a bee. It's all on the camera. Black man, y'all. He synced that video. He watched it. And Ms. Newsom, I have to say this to you. For you to be serving as long as you have and your husband being an attorney and nothing, y'all better do something or we're going to flip Waukegan upside down.
Thank you. Ms. Margaret Carrasco, please.
Tonight I was going to talk about something else until I heard the discussion of what transpired. And let me assure you, I have a whole different take on this. And I think that people are going to need to open their eyes to this. The negative, damaging effects of this violence on our youth, on our community, it's escalating. And it's in the dead of winter. What's going to happen in July if we're already having this going on? We need to stop this immediately. We need to stop being reactive and instead proactive. All that transpired this weekend did not have to happen. Absolutely could have been prevented. And for those persons who don't know, Friday night, there was a shooting inside a funeral home, gunned him down. Then there was 2 huge fights over where we had a horrible killing on Sunset in Green Bay. You know where I'm talking about, okay? And then Saturday night, this other incident, okay? Once again, none of that should have happened if, where's he at? Chief Navarro, I blame. The buck stops here. You need to stop babysitting the casino. You got all your cops over there. Instead, you knew it was going to be, that place has been having problems, not the first time. And that other place, you know who the problem people are. So if you know, why aren't you doing anything about it? You should have had your cops over there proactive, and nothing would have happened in all 3 incidents. But no, they're babysitting the casino. We're paying for their salaries, the police. They need to work for us and not for the casino. In addition to that, hold on a second, you guys. Just that it's a hot spot, okay? Everyone knows it. I've organized, my dad, huge events in the community for years. So I know how to handle large crowds. You got to have, if you have 2,000 people show up, Well, hello, 2 cops is not enough, okay? You're overcrowded. I mean, there's just so many things. It is what it is. I love great entertainment, new entertainment coming to Waukegan. However, if you're requiring some people to have 30 armed cops, why aren't you asking that from these other people that are packing in large amounts of people? I mean, really, we're lucky that something more horrible
Thank you,
could have
Ms.
taken place.
Carrasco.
Thank you.
Victor Felix.
All right, can you hear me? So this is a huge topic. I just saw the video myself yesterday, and got me thinking, like, how can we solve this problem? You know, I did speak to our lawyer and to see what can be done. There's a few things. We can't force a business to do something, but we are in charge of licensing. We are in charge of the way, you know, before they open up, we have a big responsibility to issue a liquor license. So I know the mayor's working right now, his whole team is working on redoing the liquor license. But part of that, I believe, and I think it should be on there, is what quality of security do people have? How many security guards does a place have, depending on how many people, how full it gets? So I think that that's something that I'm going to be looking into. I spoke to our lawyer today and to see what else could be done. He deals with other municipalities that also might include something in their liquor license in terms of security. So I just want to let everyone know that I will be looking into it. I know I had the conversation with the mayor too, so he will be looking into it also. So this is a big concern of ours. But I do want to say that I think we can do something with the ordinances in terms of what quality of security guards we require. As part of, they have to have some kind of security plan, so that's something we can do. That's something where at least we can start with. You know, some bars don't have communication with each other as well, so I know that representative of La Cantina, Edwin, reached out to me as well and see how we can maybe make something better for our community. So something that right away some people gave me a call and say, hey, you know, how can we work on bettering our I would say, at least in this situation, the security. Maybe our security, all bars should be at least communicating with each other somehow, some shape or form. That I think that's something, that conversation we can have with all the business owners and the bars as well. So just want to let you know that I will definitely be looking into this. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor, that concludes your audience time.
Item 4, consent agenda. It is under consent agenda, considered routine and non-controversial. It will be approved by one motion. If one board member wishes to have a separate vote on any item, it will be pulled from the consent agenda and voted on separately.
Mayor, I would like to pull I.
And I'd like to pull D if possible.
Items I and D. Let's give a couple of minutes to clear the room. Thank you.
For clarification, that was D as in David?
Yes, D is in David, and I. All right, we're good? Everybody's good? All right. Give a couple more, another minute, please. Thank you. Bye, Kate. All right. Item 4A, motion to approve regular city council meeting minutes from Tuesday, January 20, 2026. 4B, motion to approve and ratify regular payroll dated January 23rd, 2026, in the total amount of $2,671,671.69. Motion C. 4C, motion to approve and ratify miscellaneous payroll dated January 23rd, 2026, in a total amount of $13,985. 4E, resolution approving LPA for engineering services from Baxter and Woodman per section 2-458, parentheses I's, parentheses 4. 4F, resolution approving joint funding agreement for federally funded projects of Phase 2 engineering for the Washington Street CMAQ project? CMAQ project. 4G, resolution approving change order number 1 with EJUSA for the purchase of fire hydrants for a not to exceed amount of $200,000. 4J, I'm sorry, no. Lindsay, okay, thank you. 4H, resolution approving engineering services from Baxter and Woodman for the O-Plain Water Main Replacement Project per section 2-458, parentheses I, parentheses 4. 4J, resolution authorizing execution of software as a service agreement with Life Safety Inspection Vault LLC. There is no cost to the city. Resolution 4K, resolution approving settlement and release of all claims for the Waukegan Police Department Employee Workers' Compensation Claim number 2308183W021 for an amount not to exceed $30,746.10. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please. Yeah, but, I'm sorry.
We need a motion.
I'm sorry. Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Turner. There was a first and second by Alderman Turner and Newsom for the items read on the consent agenda.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix. Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donalworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Motion passed, Mayor.
Motion's passed and carried. Item 4D, motion, I'm gonna put a motion by Alderman Florian, second by Alderman Guzman, to approve vendor payments dated February 2nd, 2026, in a total amount of $2,974,387.59. And there was a question on the motion. Alderman Florian.
Yes, sir. As you know, every meeting I go over these checks line by line and ask questions, and I get answers from the finance department. And two of the checks I asked about this time, one was a check for $250 to Louis Restaurant in town, and it indicated it was for an event in the 6th Ward. And so I asked if that was then going to be taken out of the stipend. For the public, we all get an extra stipend every month that we can use to spend on events like a ward meeting or something like that. So I asked if it was going to be taken out of Alderman Turner's stipend, and they said no. So I would like to pull this check number 514802, just for the purpose of I can vote no on it, because I don't think my residents should pay for his ward meeting. When I have a ward meeting, I pay for the stuff out of my own pocket, and I think we all should do that. So I just want to be able to vote no. I'm not holding it up. I'm not saying we shouldn't pay it. I just feel I want to be able to say no to that particular expense. In the same vein, there was a check number 514985 for food for the night of city council. In the past, some administrations have provided food for the aldermen on the night of council. I don't get here in time to partake in that. Technically, three or more of us are not supposed to be in one room at a time. It makes me a little nervous that sometimes happens. I don't think the city should provide our meals for us. We get paid to do this job. This particular check was for over $400, which to me seems like a lot of money to feed the 10 of us up here or whatever. So I would also, again, I'm not gonna say we shouldn't pay for it. I'm not saying I'm gonna hold it over. I just wanna be able to vote no on that particular check. So if we can pull those two checks out, vote on everything else but those two, and then I can vote no on those two.
So let's do this. Let's pull the two check numbers out and then vote on the item as approved. It would be as amended, okay? Because the dollar amounts I don't have up here, so we'll do it that way. Sounds good?
Well, the dollar amount will stay the same, because I'm sure not everyone's gonna vote no.
Yeah.
Only me, but, yeah,
All right.
the dollar
So-
amounts
so-
won't change. It's just so I can vote no on those two checks.
Sounds
The
good.
amounts should stay the same.
Sounds good. So we are pulling those two items out. So there's a motion on the floor by Alderman Florian, a second by Alderman Guzman. Let's vote on that amendment and then come back and vote for the actual item. Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Martinez. Aye. Felix.
Aye.
Is that an aye? Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donalworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Okay.
The motion has been amended. Now the original motion is on the floor with the same motion. Motion by Alderman Florian, second by Alderman Guzman. Any questions to the motion?
So we're taking out the two checks? Is that what we're doing?
You already did.
No, we're voting on those now.
Just the two checks?
Voting on the total amount, $2,974,387.59 less $650, right?
Yes.
All right.
Okay? That's what we're voting. Then we come back and vote on those other two items. All right?
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donalworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Okay. Now, the two items, there's a motion by Alderman Donalworth, second by Alderman Martinez, for those two check numbers, totaling $650. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Nay.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donalworth.
Aye.
Florian.
No.
Motion's passed and carried. Item I, resolution authorizing approval and purchase a rescue boat from Grovis Aluminum Boats LLC, Metal Shark, in an amount of $748,358.35. There's a-
Motion.
First.
Oh, Jesus. Motion by Alderman Guzman, second by Alderman Florian. Any other questions to the motion? All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Long time coming, aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
What was the point in pulling it out? Aye.
That was an aye?
That's an aye.
Okay.
Motion
Donalworth.
I'm sorry.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion's passed and carried. Item 5A, motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Felix. Monthly treasury report for Dr. John Schwartz. Any questions to the motion?
I do.
Treasurer Schwab.
This is the monthly treasury report for December, year's end. One thing that I'm very proud of at the end, you'll see that the city's investments are 96% invested. And that is a very high number for any municipality. Any questions? I'm glad to take them. I'll be glad to, every one of the aldermen were given this sheet. It was, I believe, in their electronic package. It was filed with the clerk, And if it isn't already, it'll be on the city's website very shortly. End of my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions?
Right here.
Alderman Guzman.
Same question. I haven't actually said this question in a while, but what's going on with the Bush tax?
Alderman, it's going to be in litigation for a while, honestly.
It's been like
Go ahead.
3 years, I think, now.
It's
Yeah,
gonna,
it's still in litigation, so still a briefing schedule. It's moving through the process. The argument, the argument right now is oversimplified is what's a push.
yeah, but this is on the appeal process too, right? So it went through the first hurdle, they appealed it, and those appeals could be a year, 2 years. I mean, look at the casino thing. It took us 3 years to get through that, but we won.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully we could retroact it, because it looks like they're trying not to retroactive.
Well, that's part of the appeal process too.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. What I will do is I'll contact counsel that's representing the city on that.
Yes.
We'll set up a closed session and have them brief you in detail.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Item 6, there being none. Item 7, resolution to extend the professional services agreement with Robert Half for temporary accounting services not to exceed the previous approved amount of $87,000 and set a new expiration date of February 20, 2026. There's a motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Guzman. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donaldworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion is passed and carried. Item B, motion to approve 2025 Home Investment Partnership Resolution 2. Motion by Alderman Martinez, second by Alderman Donaldworth. Any questions to the motion?
I don't recall this one. What is
These are the home dollars that's allocated every year for, oh my goodness, it's escaping me. Come on up as you're walking up. Down payments for new homes, right? Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the home funding, so what we actually doing, we took the funding that we had, we did an amendment to give the first SEPA, the First Time Home Buyers Program. We always have that money in the kitty for that for people who want to purchase home in Waukegan. Our home funds are used to do that, and SEPA does it for us. We also use it for our regular rehab program as well. So that's what this is about.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Call for the vote.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donaldworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion is passed and carried. Item 8, there being none. Item 9, Alderman's time. Mr. Deputy Clerk.
Thank you. Alderman Guzman.
Good evening, Second Ward and across the city of Waukegan. Okay, I have a few things going on. First of all, this season has been like a really snowy season. I mean, not accumulative, but little bitty. It's still, you still have to move your cars, move out the way so plows can get there. Even in the daytime, I don't understand that people are there and they're watching the snow come down. They see the plows come, at least move to where the plow was at. And then that area where your car wasn't plowed, they can come over there and get that plowed. You know, because that's really bad, and that they have to keep coming back, and then this cleanup lasts for days instead of a day. Second, the continuation of construction on 10th Street, please try to avoid it. Look for alternative routes. You know, there's construction there, and you're going to have to go around on that. That's slated to finish in sometime spring. Second, okay, when this whole red iguana thing happened, incident, I received the videos and a couple people speaking to me about it. I remember since with the last administration, I proposed stricter, stronger restrictions over liquor license, higher penalties for businesses. I was not supported on this. Hopefully now we can see why these are needed. And should be faster enforced instead of taking, because once you give a license, it's very easy to give a license. We all approve it, yay, they can open up. To take one, oh man, it is very, very difficult. Okay, it goes through the appeal process, through the state, through us, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it is our job as a home rule in the great state of Illinois to restrict and stronger restrictions for these businesses and higher fines. So when they come up there and they see, I don't know, a $10,000 fine, they're having a heart attack. And then they're going to go up to the public and say, well, these guys gave me a $10,000 fine for something. You're going to be like, good, they should have gave you $50,000. And then they're going to think about it twice. Then that incident's not going to happen again, because they're going to say, I paid $10,000 to get my liquor license, and then I'm going to, for that second incident, I'm going to raise it up to $50,000. They're going to be like, no, absolutely not. But they thought my restrictions were a little too strict. I bet you don't think that anymore. So I'm going to try to work on this again. And hopefully we can get stronger and stricter restriction and make it more difficult. Okay? The time for the Arctic weather to come down, storms to come down, has started. It usually goes from the second or third week of January to the second or third week of February. I know we were only in the single digits and windshield minus in the double digits for a couple of days, and now we're in the 20s. But don't think that's get too comfortable. It could come down. We're in the northern part of the United States. Please dress warm. Go out there. There's plenty of people that give out warm clothes, hats, gloves. Take advantage of that. Even if you own a pair of gloves and or a jacket or whatever, go over there and, I mean, they're giving out thousands of dollars worth of hats, gloves, socks, I mean, everything. Take advantage of it. Put double layer if you have to. I mean, we go through this every year, and it gets said every year. So please, please take advantage of this. You know, because of this, I mean, the last 3 years, there's at least one day that they've closed down the city for cold temperatures. I don't see a reason why you should close down the city. I just don't. But you ask Public Works, you ask the fire department, and you ask the police station to come in here and work. So it's okay for a blue-collar worker to come to work while it's cold, but it's not okay for a white-collar worker to come here that takes 5 minutes to get into your car, 15 or whatever minutes it takes you to get to work, and another 5 minutes to jump into the warm city building, and then reverse all that to go home. Because I bet you 80 or 90% of the people that benefited from being the city hall being closed, I bet you they didn't stay home. I didn't. I went out. I mean, it's cold, but hey, long johns, wool socks, put on a jacket, let's go. I mean, the world doesn't stop. We're not in a southern state that closed down the city for 3 days for a half an inch. We're in the northern part of the United States of America, in the great state of Illinois. Dress warm. Speaking of the southern states, I want to give out my condolences for the southern states that are going through this and are not as prepared as we are. I feel for them. I know what is in North Carolina, I think I read there was 750 accidents just in, I think it was like a couple of inches of snow. I mean, they're just not prepared, and it's understandable, but hopefully this is a learning lesson across the United States just because you don't get snow at all times, you should at least be somewhat prepared. Order 10 tons of salt. Have a couple trucks ready to go. Who's going to complain about that? All right? So I feel for them. Next, pothole season. We're in the midst of it. Goes from freezing cold to warm, freezing cold to warm. So the earth is shifting, so the potholes are a little bad out there. It's going to take a little bit to get them done. I mean, there's so many out there, and we're still not even at the spring thaw. That's even multiplies it by 50% of more potholes because the earth starts moving even more. So be prepared. I know I've gotten some few phone calls about potholes. They have addressed as quickly as possible, but remember, we're still in snow and ice, so they still got to clear the snow out there, and they're getting them as quickly as possible, and there's just so much, so please be patient. Same thing with water main breaks. If you see something, please notify PDs that you see water coming out of the ground, so we can get that taken care of ASAP. I know Public Works was out there on that day that was very, very cold. They were actually on the other side of Marshall Parkway digging up. They wore warm clothes, but it is a pain to deal with the water and freezing conditions. But please report them so they can get fixed ASAP. I got a couple more things. Okay, Willow Road, it's still being, we're still on hold on that. It's at the IDOT level still, so we're waiting on that to move forward. Okay, another thing that, the reason I pulled I from the consent agenda is the fireboat. It's not something very easy. You would think, okay, this is a fireboat. Common sense would be like, okay, this is great for everybody. Let's get it done. But it takes a long, long time. I think Chief Azer said he's been wanting a boat for 12 years, and I've been working through two administrations to get this fireboat. It's taken a very, very long time, and it takes a lot of work to do this job. It's not easy. The turning wheels of government is slow, even though sometimes you think it's an obvious no-brainer. Okay, so please be patient on a lot of stuff. I know, it's frustrating, but it takes a little bit of time. The police station, I've gotten a few phone calls on that one too. I mean, we all live in the city of Waukegan. Has anybody been down to the police station? It looks like it's stuck in the 50s. I mean, come on, let's get real. We need to get this done, pushed through. These guys need state-of-the-art equipment, state-of-the-art integration rooms, cameras, safety nets. It is a positive thing for the city. We need to find where we're going to put this police station. The place is just not here. It's just too cramped. It needs more space. We need more desks for detectives or whatever is needed for the police. Cells, they're up into the 21st century. I mean, we need a whole revamp. So we're working along. We're close, but we're pushing through. Okay. Okay. One last thing.
Alderman, if you don't mind, I'm going to be excused. I can wait no longer to go to the bathroom.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. You don't have to wait for me, buddy. Okay. Two more things. One more thing. A buddy of mine asked me that, reminded me that it's been a month for Venezuela, the freedom of Venezuela, to give it a shout out for the regime and for the country to move forward. I guess that's about it. God bless Waukegan, the great state of Illinois, and the United States of America.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alderman Martinez.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk and also Council. Regarding the water main breaks in our ward in the city, I do anticipate, hopefully not, that there may be many more with the extreme weather conditions that we are experiencing. Please be advised, and I'm sure everyone knows about this, there is also always a 48-hour water boil before you turn the water on. Over the weekend, the third ward, actually Sunday, we had 2 water main breaks. So I was out there delivering waters to those who wanted water. So just to keep that in mind. With that being said, again, I know I reminded people last time about maybe having water trickle down, because what that does, it eliminates the cold from freezing your pipes. So if you have faucets, please just let it trickle and leave it on. You know, if you have to pay that extra $10, whatever it is, but you know, the outcome is something to break is horrible. We're witnessing now. So please be mindful of that. I always keep my water and my faucet in the sink and also downstairs in my basement, just to make sure that nothing freezes up. I also like to thank the operations supervisors, Stephen Driver, and his crew. They were actually out there. It's cold out there. This is some very, very, you know, weather is horrible. It's brutal. But they were out there and they did a tremendous job, and I just wanted to commend his staff for always being there, answering those hard questions that I have. With that being said, I also like to talk about, or actually extend my welcome to the over 16 and a half new businesses that opened up that made the third ward home. It's really heartening witness to the ward's growth as we eagerly anticipate the arrival of more businesses in our ward. Over the weekend, with that being said, I was excited to welcome yet another new business, Nutrition by Martha, which is located at 2200 Washington Street. The side road is North Greta. And what they specialize is how can I say, smoothies that are nurturing. They're not your traditional sports drinks. They also have a contract with Herbalife, so there are a lot of the products are Herbalife. But it was great to see it. He had a great turnout. The mayor was there. A lot of our staff was there. The food was delicious, and so therefore I do want to wish Martha and Carlos a very, very successful business. And please, when you get the opportunity, please go out there and visit them. I also want to vaguely talk about what happened in the iguana. I also saw the video, and let me tell you, I always go back and watch videos over and over. I only needed to watch this video one time. What I saw was rogueness. What I saw was inhumane. And what I saw was somebody who was seriously injured. So I would also be upset with what is going on too. But we can train security guards how to do their job, but it's up to them to enforce the law and do it in a manner that does not have to end like what we saw with the rogueness and how this poor young man, it looked like he was unconscious, just fell to the ground. So my question to these business owners, when they hire these security guards, what part of their training manual says that you're supposed to grasp them by the neck and throw them to the ground and leave them there? So I'm rather confused with that. So I'm also upset. I went to school with Kenny Curry. He's a great guy, he's a great family. I know that we will do our very best to get to the bottom of this, but I'm also disturbed with what I saw. And I'm sorry. I pray for the family, and I pray for the young man that he gets better. No one should have to endure what he endured from what I saw. And I just wanted to make a point of that. Also, talking about the fire department, department in the third ward. We bought that property for that. So my mind was always set on that property. Yes, but there's been other talks about maybe moving it, but remember, we purchased those 2 buildings for $400,000, you know, $500,000, whatever it is. So my heart is set in that, so I'm going to advocate for that and find out and get a report of my constituents, say, hey, you know, how do you guys feel about that? But my heart has always been set. I've always been determined to keep the fire department in the third ward where it was designated to be. And I wanted to let everybody know that. Again, happy Black History Month, you know. If you need to get a hold of me, I can be reached at 847-390-2689. I just ask my constituents to please, more than ever, be safe, be mindful, and let's all be a good neighbor. Good night.
Thank you, Alderman Martinez. Alderman Felix.
Thank you. To address the red iguana situation, as I stated before, I think that we can ask for better. We can, maybe the security that they have. We can, as a city, we can ask for a better quality, maybe certifications, something that is something within our scope to make sure that the city is safe. I think that's something where we can start on. So, again, I just spoke to Alderman Martinez as well. He's, part of the Public Safety Committee, so maybe we can bring something to there and utilize that committee for something like this. So definitely, and everyone's open to work on a solution, I think. Another thing, I did speak to the Hispanic alderman, regarding the parade. Very controversial. It's like an elephant in the room, but we have to discuss it, I think. The parade has been one of the biggest, and hopefully it won't be for long. We have a lot of parades coming into our city, and we hope they grow as well. But the Hispanic parade is something I believe that the city of Waukegan should be more involved in. And hopefully I don't have the solution, but we can work, maybe the mayor, maybe we can have the staff looking to see how we can work together. So hopefully we have your support, and Alderman as well. One parade. Oh yeah, one parade. One big parade. So that's that. Hopefully we can have a discussion about it, and we'll bring it forward, I believe. The first of the month has passed already. January has come and gone, and it served its purpose, kind of set the tone, and it reminded us that this year will not be about sitting still. This year, this is the year of movement and intention. As Jim can say, we've met up. We're trying to be intentional about fixing a problem. It has to be done. Parking downtown, and many other things. In a year where we get busy and get to work together, not just, anyone who comes together, I think we can work well together. It's not fast, because we're trying to create a solution that affects everyone, so it's not something that we can do fast. I believe the strategies are probably very practical. I do agree with that, something that we can start already and adjust. So if we are all in the mindset of create change and adjust as we go, I think we can all get somewhere. 2026, I believe, and you guys will see as we go, I believe is a year we can all come together. No one can do this alone, and no one should have to. The challenges before us require shared effort, shared vision, and shared responsibility. When we choose to work together, we don't just move forward, we move forward together. As we step into Black History Month, we are reminded that progress has never been accidental. Every gain made was earned through courage, collaboration, and community. History teaches us that unity is essential to protect the progress that has been made. We must come together across differences and stand firm and together, and commit to ourselves to dignity, justice, and opportunity for all. There's a lot going on in our community, and again, another elephant in the room is the summer. How is the summer going to come once it starts getting warmer? There's a lot of rhetoric, and everyone's entitled to how they view things. But business, in terms of just being, Hispanic businesses opening up, there's tons of businesses opening up. We hear it. We hear it because we're in the city, even in my ward, there's more businesses opening up in the 4th Ward. Not just Hispanic, different kinds, because now people see the what do you call it, the opportunity in the city of Waukegan. They're starting to see it. We're starting to see movement. Different people are interested in opening their business, and part of it, I believe, is because they see that they see the path that they are able to open a business in the city of Waukegan. That's one huge thing. If you notice this year and last year, as soon as we changed administration, businesses started doing their blacktop. Something so simple that makes the city look so different. they started doing their blacktop. All across my ward, you saw all ugly, torn down. People were waiting. Some people were waiting. A lot of businesses have invested in their property. And I would like to say thank you to my code inspector. He's out there. One thing about my code inspector, Denny, for the 4th Ward, he knows how to talk to people. I will say, telling people to do something is different from, hey, let's work on getting this done. So shout out to Denny. He's been doing a really great job in the 4th Ward. Lastly, we must continue to treat each other as brothers and sisters, leading with empathy, respect, and understanding. When we do, we strengthen our community, protect the dignity of all people, and ensure that the progress we make today lasts for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Newsom.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. It's been touched on a few times this evening regarding the water main breaks. I've had a few in my ward as well. If you think that you have an issue and your water does not come on, feel free to reach out to me. You can call me 847-390-2691, and I can check to make sure that if it is a water main break, that we're taking care of it, and if it's not, to get you to the right department, that you can find out if you have an issue at your home. The other question is Lewis Avenue. I know people have seen the orange cones and activity going on Lewis Avenue between Glen Flora and Grand Avenue. The city is working diligently with the Robinson Group to make sure that those lead lines are replaced before we reconstruct Lewis Avenue. The east side of Lewis is in the 5th Ward. The west side of Lewis Avenue between Glen Flora and Grand is in the 3rd Ward. So as soon as we get those issues taken care of, hopefully spring weather, we can start with the sidewalks, getting those done, and the curbs, getting them taken care of. And I've been waiting for about 8 years to get Lewis Avenue, that portion, taken care of. So I'm glad that we'll have that taken care of. Hopefully it's maybe right after school is out, so we don't have to worry about Whittier School and the crossing there. So that's the activity that's going to be going on Lewis Avenue. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Newsom. Alderman Turner.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. So, brief comments on the red iguana. I want to assure everyone, there's a process. I saw that video this afternoon. I was just, immediately taken aback by it. I mean, it's bad. And I was very upset just looking at it. It didn't take more than once to see it. But there's a process in these things. I assure you that process is underway. There's a police department is investigating. That means it's a criminal investigation against the doers, not the business owners. They didn't throw the guy out. So the people who were responsible for injuring that young man, those people are being investigated. And I think it's inappropriate and moving too fast to start calling for suspension of business licenses and all that such. Let the police do their job, see what the results of the investigation are. Then if you want, look, I think there's a requirement when they have security to be certified security. I don't know, but maybe that's a question that could be asked. But too often, and I'm guilty of it too, something happens and we get really emotionally invested in it. Before we have all the information, what I've tried to do myself is wait at least 72 hours to see if more information is forthcoming, right? So let's not, it's a terrible thing. It's something that's got to be done, and I have great confidence in our police department that they will investigate and something will be done appropriately. Okay, so Alderman Florian mentioned recycling in our environmental meeting. Thank you, Alderman Florian, because I like that, right? But what I want to talk about, as a reminder to folk, we do have a residential recycling program in our homes, and LRS, if you're putting your garbage into the recycling bin, LRS will come pick it up and they'll throw it in the truck. But they have cameras and they're tracking that stuff. And if you do that 4 times, they're going to pull your you won't have a recycling bin. You'll only have a garbage can. So, reminder, Garbage in the garbage and recycling in the recycling. The super cold weather, again, I want to remind you to let the water faucet in the lowest part of your house drip. It doesn't have to be on, but let it drip just enough to keep the water flowing through your pipes. Because if the pipe bursts, inside or outside, it's going to be a terrible thing. A couple of years ago, I had an elderly neighbor whose pipe burst at the spigot outside for the water hose, and the neighbors saw it, called me. I ran over there and had to go. It's a mess, and it cost a lot of money. It did a lot of damage. All right. There's a new Indian restaurant that opened in my ward up on Sunset. There had recently been another Mexican restaurant. They had pretty good food, and they closed. So now we got an Indian restaurant, which I didn't find out about it until yesterday. And we have a number of businesses, like in the 6th Ward, my last count was 73 active business licenses, and I suspect there are more. So we got at least 73 business licenses, and stuff is always opening. We have an applicant to open up a vocational school on Glenflora. There's other empty space that's being made available for business growth or development. And I've asked this numerous times now, and I'm talking to whoever is listening. I want to know before you come up for a business license. I would like to know who's applying for a business license in the ward. And I think everyone should be made aware of that. I don't find out. Here's what happened with that vocational school. I get a call on Thursday night from a staff member. Hey, Alderman, vocational school, blah, blah, blah. Right? Okay, whatever. Right? Then the next day, I get another call. Okay? But then we're going to meet on it. Then I walk in here, I get another staff member comes up and telling me about this, pitching this vocational school. How about I should be, you notified me like when they first applied. Hey, you know what, you should call the alderman and let him talk, you know. I mean, I have a very in-depth awareness of my ward and what's going on. And I keep saying it, man. We got to do better. And I see all the aldermen shaking their head because, yeah, everybody agrees. We should know early on in the process. That should be one of the first steps in the process. Make the alderman aware. The alderman can meet with the business owner, potential business owner, give them some feedback. Well, that looks good. Okay, I like that, man. You know, or maybe, give them some suggestions. All right, get the point. Please, let's take that for action. New Indian restaurant, I will visit that soon. And then finally, I just want to thank everyone who came out to my ward meeting on Saturday. Had a great turnout, great food from Louis. I'm still eating that lasagna, man. It's good. Hey, you know what, Lynn? We pay for stuff that goes on in your ward, like when you get potholes fixed and stuff. Our taxes pay for that.
Okay, guys.
So
Let's stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused.
All right. Anyway, well, we haven't had.
Yeah.
It's overdue. Okay.
No, it's not. Not here. Not here.
That's all I got, folks. Thank you all very much and have a great night. Stay warm.
Thank you, Alderman Turner. Alderman Donworth.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Again, I would like to thank the city workers that I speak to almost every day for doing everything they do. And I know my residents generally appreciate it. They think they do a great job. The snow plowing was fantastic. The alternate parking has been a little bit better because I check it every time I go out there before the snow plows go out and check it. And then they need to move them more. And I did make a couple stops at a couple houses that have a constant problem over in my area. I just speak to a couple people, and they were more than happy to say, you know what, yeah, we can't put these cars in my driveway. I said, because if you put it in your driveway, then you don't have that big old snow pile out in front of your house where they went around your car. I said, just put them in your driveway. You know, and the one guy goes, well, I have to put them on my lawn. I said, well, if you got to put it on your lawn for a little while, to keep it off the street so the streets can stay clean, I said, I don't think anybody would have any problem with that. And I had scheduled a ward meeting in March, but there's a problem with the date. So at next council meeting, I'll announce that date, because I have to schedule all the people that I had scheduled up for this date and reschedule them. So when I have that all set and ready to go, and a location ready to go, the location should probably be Greenwood School on North Avenue, and it's going to be middle of March. Excuse me. Oh, Happy Black History Month. And with the iguana thing, I saw that too. That was not acceptable at all. That wasn't. I was a police officer, and as a police officer, we would never have done that. We would never have done that. And you have to take that up with the security company, and I think it'll hopefully it'll work out fine. And I hope, and I pray for the gentleman that got injured. And it should have never happened. Thank you, that's it.
Thank you, Alderman Donworth. Alderman Florian.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. Alderman Turner, I'd encourage you to attend Planning and Zoning. Most of the business applications come through Planning and Zoning. I knew about the school in your ward maybe before you did. And Planning and Zoning has started sending out an email to everyone, and they highlight what ward the items are. So, and even if it's not the 8th ward, I still come anyway, because I like to know what they talk about before it comes to us. But I'll try to remember to clue you in when there's something in the 6th ward before it happens, so you won't miss it next time. Okay? I want to know before it gets to planning and zoning. That's my point. Okay. Well, that I can't help you with, but good luck with that. Okay, so, I want to let everyone know I went to the school board meeting recently because my neighbor, who was honored here tonight, received accolades from the school board, Nelson Campos, as Principal of the Year. He's not only an amazing principal, but he's an amazing neighbor. He has a wonderful family. He lives 2 doors from me. So I was very excited to see him win this award. I think he's a perfect example of what immigrants bring to our community, right, and our country. And I'm a little concerned because I remember in school when you'd have a really great teacher and then they would promote them to administration and you'd never see them again. And now everyone knows he's a great principal. So there's going to be people calling him, right, to try to take him out of Waukegan. So let's hope he decides to stay right here with us. I want to address, I think she's gone, but a woman talked about the ladies with the babies and the flowers on the corner out in the cold. I have been calling Sergeant Baker, who's in charge of our community, what are they called? The police, yeah.
Community policing.
So he has approached them, he has talked to them, he has warned them. So if you see them out there, I don't get to see them every day because I'm working, but people will tell me they see them. But if you see them, call the non-emergency number, ask for Sergeant Baker. He has told them if he catches them again, he is calling DCFS. So if you see them out there, report them. Let's get those kids safe because they were out there in the freezing cold. It was ridiculous. I want to talk a little bit briefly about the downtown internet thing. I know Alderman Guzman was not happy with me that I overrode his holdover. I try not to do that, but the issues you had were not going to change in 2 weeks or 4 weeks. You were against it, that's fine. We don't always agree up here. We would not have a Chick-fil-A going in if I got my way, but as you see, it's going in because it got 5 votes. So we're not always going to agree on everything up here, but I believe our community, not everyone has a phone. I know you kept saying everyone has a phone. Not everyone has a phone. And you can't always do everything on your phone. Have you ever tried to fill out a job application or anything important like that on your phone? It's almost impossible. So you need a laptop. Well, and laptops don't always come with internet. So you need to be able to tap into some kind of internet. And this whole process began when COVID hit and kids were having trouble connecting to the internet to do school because they didn't have internet at home. Not only did they not have a phone, they didn't even have internet. So while we disagreed on that, I think it was important for us to vote on it, and you were perfectly fine to vote no, and that is your choice, and I too will vote no when I feel I need to. And to address your concern, Alderman Turner, about the surveillance, I mean, I personally don't care if people follow me. I don't do anything too exciting except go to work and come here. But if people don't want to be surveilled, they don't have to use this. I mean, I don't believe they're going to be surveilled, but if they think they're going to be, don't use the free internet. It's an easy solution. If you don't like it, don't use it. It's perfect.
Alderman Turner.
Thank you, Mayor. He loves to do that to me.
I know.
So, one other thing I'd like to, well, a couple other things, but recently Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, signed an ICE on notice executive order. I think we should consider something like that. It directs the police department to document actions by federal immigration agents, both ICE and Border Patrol, and investigate potential misconduct or illegal activity, which then gets referred to the state's attorney. So I encourage that to be something you consider, Mayor, when you are talking about addressing these problems that are coming through, because I do believe they'll be back. Two more things. Red iguana, horrible. I concur with most of what was said up here. That should have never happened. It's awful. No human being deserves to be treated that way. I personally have advocated for us not to have nightclub-type establishments in town. We seem to just not do those well. Bad things seem to happen in those situations. It's hard to have enough security, enough oversight. I know someone was complaining because all the cops are at the casino, but Mayor, correct me if I'm wrong, the casino pays for those police officers to be there for security, correct? It's not like our patrolmen are hanging out at the casino.
That's overtime, so it has nothing to do with our regular patrol officers.
Yeah, it doesn't change the amount of police officers available for the rest of the city. That's overtime hours that the casino pays for themselves. So, but it is very difficult to have enough coverage to cover everything, and I just think we need to rethink that whole process. And my heart goes out to the Curry family because that was a horrible incident and should have never happened. Okay, last topic. We've had people come up to the podium recently talking about towing. In December, Mr. McLemore came up, talked about how towing has always been the mayor's perk. I looked up the definition of perk, and it talked about happiness and other things, but then it said in slang, it's extra benefits or advantages, often job-related. I'm assuming that's what he meant when he talked about it. I think we need to have some solutions for the towing issues here in Waukegan. I don't think our residents deserve to be taken advantage of when misfortune strikes. We have people whose cars might only worth $1,000, and then it gets impounded and kept for days, and then it's costing them more than $1,000 to get their car out. I think the towing, there's always been this thing that there's a contract in Waukegan. There is no contract. I think it's something, you're welcome. I think it's something that should come through city council. We should say the most you can charge our community is this. If you want to do business in our town, this is the most you should charge. Alderman Lisa May advocated for this years ago when she sat in that seat, and I was out in the audience listening before I became an alderman, and I think she's absolutely right. We need to take the community side on this, and I think the aldermen need to take control of this issue and say, if you want to work in Waukegan, this is what you charge our community, and no more. So that's all I have to say on that. Have a great night, stay warm, and motion to adjourn.
Oh, you want to adjourn on that? Alderman Florian, motion by Alderman Florian, second by Alderman Guzman to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed and carried.